Hello everybody, Tikios here, logging into the Dark Lady event, and I figure I'll record this. I'm not sure exactly what's happening, but this is part of the Dark Lady event, I believe. It says, Nightingale, Nightingale, why is my vision shrouded in darkness? They gouged out your eyes to serve as a palace feast's dessert. Nightingale, Nightingale, why can't I move my limbs? They broke your bones and stuffed you in a dressing case to make the treasury gleam brighter. Nightingale, Nightingale, why is my chest hollow and empty? They poison your beloved with deadly wine, turn your darkest kin into puppets, all to turn the dynasty into crumbling ruins, to choke the throat of hope. Nightingale, Nightingale, why does my vengeance still linger? You're waiting for the underworld to bloom with crimson flowers, for blood to soak the black flags. Waiting for an eternal curse, waiting for a glorious, unrestrained revenge. Dance of Rancor collaboration event. Okay. So I'm just logging in for the first time. I still got all my daily stuff, but we will go here first. Bloodline area ends in 2 weeks. Okay, so we got some login stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so I'm probably going to do a couple different videos because I don't know if I can do all of them here at once. But let's go to the summons. Everybody loves summons. Okay, let's look at the rules real quick. So, summonable, 1.5% for a legendary hero. Looks like these are the selectable supports, and it's only a support banner. Alright, that's actually kind of good for me because I have Zephy, but I don't have anybody else of those 6. And it looks like they're only season 1. I don't see Rose in here, so they don't have the season 2 new supports. Alright. So again, if no legendary summon, the 70 summon guarantees a legendary hero, so 70 hard pity. Guarantee counters are calculated independently for each summon event. During the event, the exclusive Dragon God summons will be available. Summon 300 times in total to select the R Legendary Hero Supreme Order Dark Lady. Okay, so hopefully I get lucky. I could use a Felosia, I could use a Cilia, and Urgander, and Garika, and Gulende. Yeah, Gulend. They're also really good. Not sure if I have everybody else here, but I have most of them. Alright, we will go ahead and summon. I'll have to calculate how many I need. 40 will be 260. That's 259. 259. Oops, I needed 261, not 259. Stupid little mistake by me. Okay, even 300. Obviously, I needed one extra, not one less, but okay. So, I'll look at her abilities at the end after I get her. A legendary, starting off nice. Gulen, nice. So he was one of the heroes I still needed. Not sure exactly what team using him, but he's a good support. When the hero casts a skill on an enemy with HP less than 50%, there's a 50% chance of inflicting charmed and healing reduction for 5 seconds. If the hero fails to inflict charm on the enemy, he inflicts accuracy penalty 2 for 5 seconds instead. It has a 100% chance of inflicting stun on an enemy for 3 seconds, single target. Battle skill for the next 3 seconds deals 150% attack necrotic damage on the enemy every 0.6 seconds each time stealing 3% of their ultimate energy and healing the hero by 150% attack. So that's nice, removes ultimate energy and heals himself. Deals 720% attack necrotic damage to enemies with a 75% chance of inflicting attack penalty 2, and that gets scrolled up to 100%. On them for 10 seconds. Dispels all debuffs from all allies and heals them by 10% target's max HP. For each individual ally, grants an extra 4% target's max HP, healing for each debuff successfully dispelled. Okay, so he's a dispeller and healer, and that's solid damage for a total board AoE. So he's got a pretty strong kit. Another one. Tamar, okay. I do already have Tamar, but she's a pretty strong support. Since she's a little more common, I'm going to go through her a little quicker. Whenever cast lightning strike on an enemy, whenever they gain a buff, dealing 100% attack derivative lightning damage, 30% chance of dispelling one buff on them, and that buffs up to 50%. And then AoE Diamond for battle skill, 300% attack and an attack penalty 2. Full board AoE, 700% attack, 75% chance, which books up to 100 of buff prohibition. If for enemies without any buffs, there's a 75% chance. I think it books up to 100 of stunning them. So she's pretty strong in PvP and Fey. Stuns and CC are very strong in those two places. I don't think that one did. Game kind of skipped. So okay. Should be a legendary here. I think this is hard pity. If not, it's just a couple short. Okay, another Gulend. So I'll probably try to inspire him. Keep going. Said Pelosia and Asilia are two heroes that are real strong. That I don't have either of them. I'd like to get them also, but we will see how this goes. All right, so I'm halfway there. I got 3 heroes, 1 new hero, and the other 2 are basically duplicates. Nice. That's awesome. I did not have Asilia before. She is one of the strongest tanks in the game. Okay, so her passive for each debuff dispelled or resisted grants 1 stack of Oathkeeper's Glory up, and it's up to 10 stacks, and increases healing by 3%. So her battle skill is like a diamond shape around her. Heals allies within range by 10% targets max HP, 1200% enlightenment. And her ultimate ability, full board, dispels all debuffs from all allies, granting them debuff immunity for 10 seconds, then heals all allies by 1.5%, targets max HP, 400% enlightenment every 0.5 seconds for 5 seconds. So heal over time is good with the Solar Horn. You want to build her with enlightenment, and she's also a tank. So she can be built with HP percent, defense percent, and enlightenment. And depending on the battle, maybe resistance, maybe not. Alright, so I got two of the heroes I really wanted. If I can get Felosia, that would be really good. Of course, getting a random Dark Lady is also great, but that's a little bit less likely to happen. Okay, 2/3 of the way there. We did get two heroes that I wanted, so far we're doing pretty good. And a taller, okay. So he is kind of annoying as a PvE boss. I don't see him used a whole lot, so I may end up using that for a artifact. I'm not sure. But his ultimate releases a cloud spore lasting 4 seconds, deals attack and enlightenment derivative damage. It inflicts accuracy penalty and attack penalty. So he is a debuffer tank. His shrooms can taunt, which actually could be a strong ability in some PvP and Fey type environments. And then each debuff when enemies on the field grants 2% damage reduction to the hero. Stacks up to 10 times, so if you get that stacked up to 20%, that would be pretty strong. But overall, I don't see him used a whole lot. Alright, so 80 left, so that means I'm going to get at least one more legendary. Got one now. That's awesome. That means I should get one more after him, I believe. Got an Ogok? Okay. I do have Ogok. Ogok is one of the strongest supports. And the passive, when healing ally, dispels one debuff from him. Battle skill. You see it kind of bounces back and forth. Bounce between targets up to 6 times. Heals allies hit by 150% attack, 1200% enlightenment, while dealing 150% attack, 1200% enlightenment poison damage to enemies hit, with the 85% chance of inflicting attack penalty 2 on them for 5 seconds. So it heals and attack penalty 2, which is nice. Full board ultimate summons a totem, grants immortality to allies for 5 seconds. Heals them by 400% attack, 3000% enlightenment after a delay of 5 seconds. So basically, after the immortality wears off, they're instantly healed for that amount. So you build him as a tank and enlightenment. Once again, that's one of the strong supports in the game. Alright, we'll keep going. So I'm hoping for Felosia. Got 30 more pools. 20 more. Okay, legendary. Ripkiss, okay. So Ripkiss is kind of a commonish type hero, but he is also very strong in PvP and Fey. His ultimate launches 3 spirit attacks, which is good for any kind of defense down if you would want to put that on him. Dealing 200% attack, 100% defense, and necrotic damage to enemies within range with a 35% chance of reducing their ultimate energy by 20% and an 85% chance of inflicting one random debuff from the following for 10 seconds. And it could be attack penalty 2, recharge speed penalty, healing prohibition, accuracy penalty, and buff prohibition, and that does get buffed up to 100% chance. So I don't know if it's automatically a different one, because I don't think he always puts 3 debuffs on. Sometimes it might repeat, so it might be less than 3. And the 35% chance of reducing ultimate energy books up to 50% chance. So that's still a strong ability, but you can't always rely on any particular debuff. And this is also a strong ability battle skill. Unleashes a wide range slash. It's a square, 3x3 square. 100% chance of inflicting knocked up on enemies within range and deals 220% attack, 150% defense, necrotic damage, with a 100% chance of inflicting stun for 3 seconds. So obviously he's a tank. He has a lot of debuffs. You want to build him HP percent and defense percent to also give bonus damage and accuracy. And his passive, hero gains healing up to 50% of the healing enemies receive. This effect can only be triggered once every 1 second. So that helps him sustain a little bit better than some other tanks. Alright. So that's it. I'm not going to keep pulling since I got a legendary relatively recently. Gotta make sure I click on these guys so I don't forget about them. And then we can summon the Dark Lady. Okay, let's go over her abilities. Passive ability, Mother of all things. While the hero is present whenever an ally dies on the battlefield, all ally heroes share this unit's attributes, attack, defense, and HP equally. The maximum cumulative increase per attribute for each hero cannot exceed 30% of Dark Lady's corresponding attribute. It also heals ally heroes by 10% of the dead unit's max HP, capped at 10% of each hero's own max HP. This is absolute order. When a target on the field dies, ally heroes can increase their max attributes, attack, defense, and HP, and restore current HP. Okay. Her battle skill attacks 3 random targets twice, dealing 150% attack necrotic damage with each hit and inflicting attack penalty 2 for 5 seconds. So looks like you'll need accuracy to land it, but it's already booked up to 100%, which I guess not really booked up, but it's already at 100%. And it will decrease to 5 seconds and 8 seconds with scrolls. So that's pretty good. That's a relatively short cooldown. Okay, full board AoE. Ultimate has a 75% chance to dispel all buffs and shields from the enemy, then attacks all targets twice, dealing 420% attack necrotic damage with each hit and inflicting buff prohibition for 10 seconds. So dispels all buffs and shields, does 840% total attack, and buff prohibition. So I think that's relatively strong, but I also think her passive ability is what's going to make her strong, because I think whenever any unit dies, so that includes summoned units. So I think that's why she's so strong and why she works so well with the summon school. And I know some people like to see the inspiration, so I'll go see those for her real quick. And I'll probably do different videos of Quest and some of this other stuff when I have a little more time to look through it and understand it just a little bit better. Okay. So for people who want to know her inspirations, Inspiration 1, the battle skill can inflict healing prohibition on enemies for 5 seconds. Increases the chance for the ultimate skill to dispel enemy buffs and shields by 25%. Oh, I'm going to go back and check that one. What was the current one? Okay, so 75% chance to dispel. I thought that was 100, but it's not. So you need to get her Inspiration 2 for that to be 100 and to be more reliable. Inspiration 3, number of random targets selected by the battle skill increases to 5. So that's going to be real strong for like a PvP type thing. Or maybe Fae. Skill haste by 30 on the 4, and the 5th one increases the cap for attributes gained via passive skills to 40%. And increases the HP restoration cap to the target's 15%. Okay. So it seems like these are pretty good. 2, 1, 2, 3 are all very strong. 3 is just at a stat boost, which is, I'm sorry, 4 is a stat boost, which is nice. And 5 is also going to be strong. I'm not a big enough spender to worry about all these right now, but just to go over it quick for everybody else, what I am going to do is I have been saving a few scrolls when I get heroes I like. So she's now maxed. Glenn will be maxed. And wait a minute, I still wanted him. We will inspire him. So first inspiration reduces hero's damage taken by 20% when under control. Second, upon being hit by an enemy, reduce the hero's damage taken from that enemy by 1% up to 15 stacks. And 3 is skill haste, 4 is attack. 5 ignores 50% of target's defense. So nothing really special in his inspirations. We'll get him up. There we go, Cilia. Couldn't see the new was kind of hidden. I'll worry about that later. Okay, so now I'm getting low on my legendary scrolls, but that's okay. Let's save them to use them for who I wanted. And I'm going to have to do a little bit more research because I'm going to put her into 1 or 2 of my teams probably. Just have to figure out exactly which ones. So that's it for this video. We got summoned on the Dark Lady banner, got Tiamat. I was able to get 2 of the heroes I wanted. Still need Pelosia. She's hiding from me somewhere. But anyway, that's it for this video. I'll do more on the Dark Lady events coming up. If you like the videos, you can like and subscribe. If not, I understand. I still appreciate everybody who watched. And that's it for this video. Thanks everybody who joined me. Take it easy and good luck with your summons.